and berate people who don't do that.
Well, okay, there you go. There you go. Berate people who don't do that. That's the Jimmy Butler experience. Berate people who don't do that. Like you were talking about, there are no Michael Jordans today. There are no dogs in the NBA. And I'm going, yeah, none of y'all have actually paid attention to how Jimmy Butler talks to his teammates, do you? Because like the way that Mike talks is the way that Jimmy talks to everybody. And I don't just
that's why he's hated and both loved.
Like teammates, coaches, equipment managers, secretaries, mailman, president, warden. It don't matter. Jimmy gonna tell you why you suck. All while telling you I work harder than you at everything.
And also tell you how you can be better. You can't leave that out. Because I think a lot of people hate being told how they can be better, assuming that they think that they're good. And Jimmy's like, but you're not. Like, but Jimmy, you can't do it. Exactly. But I know you can.
Man,
he's like this motivational, like there's certain types of people.
He's a high school football coach.
I mean, a lot of high school football coaches are not very good.
What all NBA team is Jimmy Butler gonna make?
He's already made 4.
Damn, really?
Yes.
League is watery, man. League is watery.
Oh, what? Oh, that's okay. I know where you live.
It's like, I'm
out here trying to give you the blueprint for a good quarterback who's not a coward, who makes his teammates better. I don't know what else you want.
You know what I was looking for? I was looking for the dude to play for Euless Boss. That's what I was looking for.
Oh, just to hit a tree and be mean all the time?
Hey, man, and not just hit a tree. Ask a question of how much longer do I got to hit this tree?
Till it fall down.
Until you see God.
Till you fall down.
Till you see God.
I don't know. Like, let's circle back around to that Texas Tech question. Like, if they had mad talent, like if you had just across the line, just Jonathan Ogdens and Joe Thomases, and changed nothing else. Like that's the only way that I see this team getting a Mike Leach team getting any better. Because
Jonathan Ogden wouldn't deign to play on an offensive line coached by Mike Leach.
I'm just saying, like that's the only way. Like,
you want me to do what? You want me to just stand there?
You keep the offensive line they have now and give him 4 Randy Mosses. I don't think they do any better.
Yeah. That's true. Because like he had the closest thing to the 21st century Randy Moss in college. Yeah, in Michael Crabtree. And they wrote it to a number 2 ranking in a win over Texas. But that's about it. Now, what's fun about Mike Leach is not football. And what else has been fun about Mike Leach in the SEC particularly is how many SEC fans keep parroting the things that we've been saying about Mike Leach for 20 years. He runs 6 plays. He literally runs 6 plays. So we told you that. We told you that exactly.
Yep, same route every single play.
What do you mean you can't stop these routes? Yeah, we told you that. Nah, Big 12 just simple. Pac-12 just simple. Uh-huh.
I mean, they're not wrong, but now you get a taste of it.
Okay.
So how you feel about yourself now?
Man, all right, so the thing that I kept getting from LSU fans, right, and I even had an LSU staff writer at 247 have to just say it. They thought that if Derek Stingley Jr. would have played, the outcome of the game would have been different. Derek Stingley Jr. is the best cornerback in the country. I believe he was the best cornerback in the country last year. I fought over him at the Jim Thorpe Award Selection Committee, and I lost because he was a true freshman. Going into this year, I'm like, I told y'all last year, Derek Stingley Jr. is the truth. Dave Aranda says he showed up in December and I wanted to play him on January 4th, but they wouldn't let me, meaning NCAA. He's that good. Grant Delpit says, nah, Derek Stingley Jr. need to be wearing number 7. I don't know about Jamar Chase. Like, Jamar Chase just won the Biletnikoff Award and went for 200 yards receiving over A.J. Terrell, who's first-round draft pick. Grant Delpit, did I stutter? Okay. So Derek Stingley Jr. gets ill, not COVID-related, can't play in a game on Saturday. You still got Elias Ricks, who is the second best corner in the 2020 class. You have Cordell Flott, who LSU fans tried to tell me was better than Elias Ricks. Lies. And you got Jacoby Stevens playing safety, right? In addition to some other stuff. And yet, the return of Derek Stingley Jr. is going to stop you from getting 600 put up on you. Where maybe 3 route combinations of run all game. That's not how that works. So, how do you stop a Mike Leach offense? Well, it's actually fairly simple in theory. It is fairly hard in practice. You got to keep the ball. And guess what LSU was not built to do anymore?
Oh yeah, no, they're not holding any clock, not even any clock.
Yeah. So you trying to go point for point with a dude who lives to put 60 up on the board. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some too. Like, shootouts are 50-50. And if Mike Leach gets you drawn into a shootout, he has won. Because that's what he wants all along. He's like, cool, I'm good with 50-50. Fine.
Right. I was going to say, is if things are rolling and you can see that they're clicking, you're not going to... That's the cool thing about Mike Leach's system. You're not going to really out-scheme it if it's rolling. Like, he's going to run those same 6 plays and you're going to be lost those same 6 times.
Golly.
And unless you make his quarterback, unless you make his offense have to play tight because say you're a guaranteed score, but you're owning the ball. Like go back and look at some classic OU Texas Tech games. Like OU's like, oh yeah, the game was 41-42, but like Texas Tech only had the ball 5 minutes. That's the secret.
Hey, they keep going empty and running 5 verts where there used to be 4. That's a good way to lose. How many routes you think they're actually gonna have dudes running downfield? All 5 of them. They all got fly patterns. Ain't nobody got a wide receiver screen. No slants. No drags. None of that. Okay. And you're telling me we can't defend this? Nope. Why? Because you don't have one, but answer this. Like I'm sincerely asking this question. Who has 5 good defensive backs?
Clemson? That's it? Clemson?
Maybe, right?
Florida?
I don't think anybody has 5 good defensive backs. Like if I wanted to run empty all day, somebody's weak. Somebody's weak. Because even my slow wide receiver knows where he's going. Like they can evaluate coverage. They know the adjustments. They know the side adjustments. They know where they're bending. They know where they're not. That's why I always say that it's harder to play defensive back than it is to play wide receiver, and your best athletes need to be playing defense and yada, yada, yada. But the math says you don't have 5 good defensive backs. I have 5 mediocre wide receivers. I can throw 5 slow white dudes out there and I can win.
Yeah, like I was going to say, if you have both Bosa brothers and 2 clones of Dominican Sue, yeah, you about to get Mike Leach.
Who has those though? Who has those? Like Ohio State. Maybe Ohio State has those. Clemson might have those. Bama every other year. Nobody else. Literally nobody else has those. Bosa brothers and Dominican Sue. Stupid. Now, all right, so the Bucks got Ndamukong Suh, Shaq Barrett, one other dude at defensive tackle whose name I know, and even they can't get home all the time. And I'm like, how do you not get home all the time? All right, so